Okay, hey baddies. So today we're gonna talk about how we're gonna be a baddie. Everybody, even the men too.
I got you. Bad girl. Is it bad?
You don't know how many times I tried to start this video and I just ended up taking selfies of me. Sorry, but it's a baddie's birthday. Baddies, welcome to the chat. Stand up. Stand up if you're a baddie right now. Put your hands up. So welcome, and we're gonna talk about how to maintain your bad bitch energy through all this. Don't you say? I don't want to be rude, but you know, with the ghetto, GHETTO ness we have out here, cause that ish is real ghetto. I even had a lady go up to me, and she was like the mother of a pastor, but she was basically saying like, you're so beautiful and young and you know how to like speak, you're smart. And I was just like, oh, thank you. And then she starts bringing up her son and she's like, oh, he's your age and he's a pastor, but he's not married. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, oh yeah, he hasn't found a wife, not because he's a bad man, but because the dating pool is just trash. I was like, I know, I understand. You don't even gotta tell me. And I'm like, are you trying to put me on to your son right now? Like, let me see how he looks first, but no. Yeah, you see, that's sad that even like the parents have to step in. The girl have to play wingman. It's because they know how to find real love. But us nowadays, we got it a little twisted. You know, my channel is also dedicated to untwisting the theories of today's generation of love, whatever that is. GEHETTO, obviously. But I'm like an old time lover. I'm like a 90s girl. And, well, I am a 90s girl. 99, baby. So, it still counts. I was raised borderline this generation, old generation. So, I don't know. I was saying, too, like, I'm turning 27, but, you know, age 27, body 21, and mind 72. Because somebody was like joking around, oh, are you turning 72 or 27? Because the balloons were like everywhere. And I was like, oh my god, yes. Because literally up here, that's how old I am. But out here, people think I'm like 17, 18, 19. And I'm just like, if only you knew. If only you knew the big noggin that your girl got over here. Actually, they could know. I'll be like, go to my YouTube. I'll tell you my age real fast on here because of the way I talk. And it's not because I be talking reckless and nothing. I be saving my shorts for all the fun. But when I sit down here to talk to y'all, baby, y'all know y'all better ready to listen to some divine, deep channel messages. Because I be trying to put y'all on to the real. Real eyes, real lives. Period. So back to the thing, man. That's my first reason is like, you gotta presentation, there you go. Like the way you look, it doesn't matter how beautiful you think you are or not. Like your self-consciousness, your self-confidence, it doesn't matter. Like forget that. For people are always going to judge you, okay? So it's up to you how you feel about yourself and the way that you present yourself. I mean, like, obviously I know you don't gotta care about what other people say, but if you want to be a classy bad,
Not to mention bagging whoever you want,
then you gotta be mindful of the way you present yourself. I'm telling you, even in like sweats, braids, t-shirt, I still have people coming up to me. And it's because it's my aura, baby. It's the aura. It speaks for itself. A smile on your face all the time. You don't gotta have your makeup done. You don't have to have that resting bitch face. You don't have to have that RBF all the time. I know it's hard because I'm one of them. But if I don't have that, I always have a smile on my face. I rarely get mad. So it's like, I always have a smile on my face because I just wake up every day and I'm just thankful for life, and I'm just thankful I count my blessings. It's not even about like having to fake smile and forcing yourself to be nice to people, but like just showing that you're kind in general and gentle, approaching people in a more gentle way instead of forceful right away, I think could get you much farther. But yeah, so it's not just about how you dress, it's the way you talk, the way you present yourself. Like, are you just gonna walk past somebody like if they don't exist on your phone? Or are you gonna actually like look up, smile at them, say hello, say have a
That's
good day?
being a mean girl, not a
Even if it's
baddie.
like just people passing by, if we lock eyes, I'm gonna be telling you like good day. Or I'm just gonna wish you well. Because we didn't lock eyes for no reason, baby. We crossed paths for a reason. Like maybe I'll dream about them later. Who knows? You never know who you run into. Especially if you're someone like me who's always open to opportunity, always open to meeting people nowadays. You have to present yourself in a nice, approachable way. So I had to learn that because I always walked around with my RBF all the time. And I still do. And I have to literally be conscious about that all the time. But other than that, it also be my anxiety, like my social anxiety. I'm just like overthinking things constantly. Like, oh, I should have said this. Oh, I shouldn't have said something. I guess like that's something that I'm still working on. But I can tell when I'm holding myself back. And most of the time I'm holding myself back is because I'm in a mood or anxious or worried about something. That person doesn't deserve that. That person doesn't deserve that, right? So I just think like, oh, let me just, keep my emotions to myself, and I'm gonna act professional. I'm gonna act nice. I'm gonna act, how I want others to treat me, to act towards me if it was a stranger, Ain't gotta start beef from the jump. Yeah, I think like that's why I could get along with so many people. You don't want to be making like bad first impressions. That still matters to a lot of people. Like, go to the gym, do a kickboxing class, do a dancing class, go for a walk. Like, just come up with something to release that tension. Go watch my stress relief yoga video. Go smell the roses. Go touch the grass. Something that I love is like scents. Like, scents will calm me down real fast. Lavender, chocolate, butter, cocoa butter. Like, I love the smell of like vanilla scents and anything like citrusy, like strawberry or passion fruit, mango, like all of those scents, coconut water. All of those things help me calm down. Even like menta and stuff. I'm just a natural girly, so like I try to do things the most natural as possible. But that's a conversation for another day. Because if we're gonna argue about nature and versus man-made things, video coming soon actually. So yeah, I have very high positive energy, and I think that's something that people really admire about me, and that's just how I would want somebody to come and treat me. So I'm also just very reserved. Like, it takes a couple conversations, it takes a couple of time for you to really get to know me, and even so, like, you don't know me fully. I'm just constantly changing and constantly evolving, so I don't even think that like anyone even knows me fully. And if you've gotten close, then that means you're like very special to me, because you're like the very few who know who the real me is. And deep down, I guess everybody knows, because I'm always just being me, being myself, being natural, just raw. But I'm not 100% open all the time with everybody, and I don't think that, the internet is really a place for that either. Like, if you really want to get to know me, then you take the time and you make that effort. Just because, I've been talking about support online and friends online doesn't mean that you have to tell them everything. And I think like it's important to notice that you don't have to be so open about everything all the time to everybody. So I don't know, I like having a good balance. Now y'all know I'd be having to control this mouth. I be having to control my mouth a lot of times, and I say that because I just speak my mind. Like, I'm a Gemini. I just speak the truth all the time. I'm very blunt. And if something makes me uncomfortable, I will tell you. And it's your job to fix that because, why would I have to fix? I mean, we could argue about that, but it's like, if something's bothering me, we should work on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, oh, it's up to you. I recognize that it's me, that something's bothering me, then that's a problem that I have. And that's something that I have to work on. But also, what is triggering that? Because a lot of times I would justify it like, oh, but you said this or you did that, blah, blah. Like, okay, I recognize my faults now too. And you gotta meet me halfway at the bridge. If not, I'm just gonna turn around and I'm not dealing with it. That's my energy nowadays. Now that I turned 27, it's like if you ain't meeting me halfway at the bridge, you can just forget about the whole trip. You can just forget about the whole coming together at all. Because I'm not gonna overextend myself either. And I don't think anybody should overextend themselves too. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I'm still not married. So I'm really someone who doesn't mind being alone, who doesn't mind being reserved. I know it's a good and bad thing, but like, it's so much better, when people are supporting you and helping you and you're open to that. But a lot of times I feel more comfortable just doing things myself if I can. If not, I'm gonna go seek that support. I recognize that now. But I just love being able to be independent. I just love being able to be dominant and pay for my own things. Go and do things by myself, like go get a drink by myself, go horseback riding by myself, go trying new experiences by myself, going on a solo trip. I feel like I'm starting to open to the idea of doing all of those things by myself because I needed validation. I needed someone to do it. I was waiting to live my life so that I could go do it with someone else. Like, no, you should go live your life now if you can. If you need the support too, that's okay. If you have the company already, that's okay. That's cool. But I think in my case also, and in many other single women out there too, I speak for them too, is like, it's okay to do things by yourself. Yeah, I'm literally like a living example of that. I'm so disgustingly independent, like disgustingly, and sometimes I lose hope of ever, making friends again, having a group of friends, I should say, or just finding a man, or like not even a man, just finding a husband. Husband material. That's what I'm starting to give up on. It's not hard to go find a man. It's not hard to go find a woman, right? It's not. And it don't matter who you are. It's not hard. If you're looking for a husband, if you're looking for a wife, that's hard. And especially to keep one. You know what I'm saying? But being dominant and independent, like, it just feels so good. Just to live your life. Just being able to just go do what you've always wanted to do and not waiting for the permission of somebody else. I think that's not even like I don't want to say luxury, but that's literally like top tier.
Badass level. Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we even get too comfortable being there. Like, I'm already getting too comfortable with my independence and my dominance as a woman, and I don't even think that's a good thing because I am looking to start a family one day. I am looking to get married one day. So it's like, it's not a good thing that I'm kind of walking away from that, kind of leaning away from that. I'm trying to keep some of my femininity too. I can't even say it. Feminine. Oh, bro, whatever. I saw something on TikTok that was like, oh, men are becoming more feminine and women are becoming more masculine. And I'm just like, that is so true and sad in a way. But it is what it is. And I think that ultimately it's not even going to matter. Like, we should all embrace our masculine and feminine side. I think when we find that perfect balance is when we would all come in harmony, but we're not there yet because some people are still struggling. They have too much femininity or too much masculine. And right now, I have too much masculinity, but I have a lot of feminine. I think I'm a perfect balance, actually. What do you think? But like, I like to push myself to be the best that I could be, but I know not everybody has the energy for that. That is what motivates me, though, is just wanting to see myself in the highest version possible, in the most independent woman that I can be, or just, being at least strong-headed or strong-minded for others, for that husband that you want. I also heard, like, if you want to get a husband, if you want to get a wife, then you have to already start acting like they're with you, and how you would change your life if you did have one. So it's like, I look at it in that way, like, if I were looking for someone to spend things with, then I'll be waiting forever, right? But no, I'm going on this activity like I did for my
Just
birthday
as
today.
if I had invited someone to go
You
with
know what I'm
me.
saying? Like, oh, your favorite artist is coming into town and you don't want to go alone, right? Having company obviously is going to be nice, but when you're by yourself, that's harder because it's like you can't take your own pictures, you can't comment on certain things to someone. So I do enjoy the vlogging and everything, because it's like I get to share my experience in my own way. And I think that's what it is, like, just being able to share your story, share my story without the acceptance of others, or just having to beg someone to go with you to experience something, or just begging someone to listen to you. We have social media nowadays, like, other people will listen to you then, you know what I'm saying? And that just unlocks a whole new mindset. Like,
Unlocked.
this whole time, I didn't have to spend in my head alone thinking that I couldn't go do things because somebody didn't want to go with me. That's part of growing up too. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with being alone. And it doesn't mean that you're not gonna miss somebody. It doesn't mean that you still don't mind, you still don't want company. But if you're too hyper dependent on others for your happiness, your love, your life, you're signing a deal to give your life to all these other people. You're signing your soul away. Okay? And when you take all of that back and you're like, no, I can go to this concert alone, whether you want to go or not. No, I can go on this vacation, whether you want to go or not. And you're going to see me having the time of my life. You're going to see me evolving and having fun. And you could have been there, but you want to make someone's life harder, or you want to be closed off, or you want to be stubborn, or I don't know, whatever reason. Like, you're just like, no, like, closed off mindset. How do you expect that to get you anywhere? I used to say no to everything, but I wasn't always like that. I was always the girl that you can literally come to and be like, you want to go to the gym? Let's go to the gym. You want to go grab food? Let's go grab food. You want to go to the party? Let's go to the party. I am that girl, but at the same time, I've learned to put up boundaries and have standards for certain people and energies around me that are going to reciprocate and meet me halfway at the bridge. You know what I'm saying? People just like to soak up that energy. Like, if you're a sponge and you jump in the water, what do you think is gonna happen? Of course, they're gonna wanna soak up all your good light and energy in a world of darkness. But you have to be like, setting standards, like, meet me halfway, okay? You cannot fill others' cup without them at least filling some of yours. And it should just be given. It should just be natural. It shouldn't have to be like you like pull and tug. It shouldn't have to be like, oh, like you owe me, or like I owe you, counting papers. So be open-minded, but be reserved, be vigilant, have standards, have expectations for people, because that's the only way that they learn. I'm telling you, me as a teacher, like I'm being your teacher right now. Put some motherfucking discipline in your life. Smack that ass. Smack that ass. So, like, cheetah print. I'm just kidding. I won't smack nobody, but yeah, just expect the most for yourself and always envision your higher self. Become independent and watch how your life is gonna change for the better, of course. And I want that for you guys. So thanks for watching and tune into the next one. So glad to spend my birthday with y'all. Bye, TTYL. No, but seriously, go be a badass out there. But in a good way, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know, because you watched and stayed to the end of this video. I never made up, I never